Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we will be moving on to sums part. In my previous video I have completed 4 sums on the topic accounting ratios, and in this video we will do the continuation. Today we will move on with sum number 5. Sum 5. If you have not watched the other parts, I highly recommend you to watch the other parts because all things are interrelated. You first of all need the knowledge of the chart as well as then part 2 of the formulas, then part 3 on the basics, and this is the part 4 because here we will be moving on to some more complex sums, and without doing simple sums, complex sums cannot be done. You need to solve some basic sums to build your concept and get a confidence to move on to the higher category. So if you have not watched, I highly recommend you to watch the earlier parts. The description will be given in the I button. I mean to say the link to the video, sorry, not the description. It's a slip of tongue. So calculate current ratio. Calculate current ratio from the following information. Okay, this is part of the question. Like what we have to find out, we have clearly got current ratio. As you see, as I have told in my earlier video, like whenever you hear the word current ratio, the term current ratio, something which should straight away come to your mind, that is current ratio is equals to current assets divided by current liabilities. That is the technique. Now you see, total assets is 6 lakh rupees. I wanted to do revision like in earlier part what we have done, a bit revision, but actually some of you may not like. You can comment me your opinion in this matter, like revision can be included or not included. A little part, like we will do a 4 to 5 minutes revision on the previous things that we have discussed. You comment me if you want me, and if the majority says yes, then we will, before doing new sums in each and every video, we will do a quick revision to regain everything. Like total assets equals to 6 lakh, long term liabilities is 80,000 rupees, shareholders fund 4 lakh, fixed assets 2,60,000, long term investment 2 lakh, 2 lakh rupees. Now we will do the solution. So this type of sum was done in my earlier video, like in part 3, the last sum, that is sum number 4, was of the same category. Like you have to keep the same concept in mind. A bit different thinking is required to solve this sum. Very few information is given, but you see, you have to convert it, means you have to use the meaningful this camera adjustment and all will ruin the entire video. So you have to adjust, adjustment I have done from the camera. You have to basically use the terms that are given in the question and see how to do. Supposingly we have got total assets, so straight away means total assets is 6 lakh, which means total liabilities is also 6 lakh, because in a balance sheet total assets is always equals to total liabilities. Now you see, from total assets, if we deduct fixed assets and long term investment, we are going to get current assets. So first thing, numerator we have already got. And now denominator, what we want to, by denominator what I mean to say is current liabilities. To get current liabilities, we need total liabilities. We have to exclude the non-current liabilities like long-term liabilities. These are also known as non-current liabilities. And if you see in the corporate balance sheet, basically there are 4 parts. So shareholders fund we have got, then share application money pending allotment, nothing is mentioned, so no need to worry. And the third is non-current assets, current assets, non-current assets. So out of 4, 1 we don't need, rest 3. From the 3 we have already 2, so we can easily get 1. If we deduct from the total, then we are going to get the amount. Like you see the presentation. Some may not understand at the time of explanation, because sometimes means as I am very much familiar to the sum, but you are not so familiar with the sum, so I try my level best to make you familiar with the sum. Ignore the noise, it's actually a wall clock, so it can't be avoided. And so basically I try my level best to make you familiar with the sum. So now you see my writing style and you will 100% get this point if you have not understood what I have tried to explain. Current assets is equals to total assets less fixed assets less long-term investment. Now total assets 6 lakhs less fixed assets 2,60,000 less long-term liabilities 2 lakh rupees. Do the subtraction, 1,40,000. The result that you are going to get. Numerator we have got. Whatever I have told you, I have just presented it in the written form, because oral form is good for explanation purpose and written form is important for presentation as well as to get the marks, because we are not doing here via non-written form, not orally. We do it in a written form. Current liabilities. Don't think I have got promotion. I am of Assam board. We are still not promoted to become like we are not. I am not HS pass out. Let's hope for the decision what government takes. So that's why I am having means a bit like very much familiar with the sums, because whole year I have practiced these sums a lot, and now I can even have the capacity to explain you like how to do, what to do. Yeah, I am not going to explain you like the basics from the basics. I am going to explain you from the high secondary point of view. Like you have to go, means this is chapter number 10. So you have to get the knowledge of previous chapter before coming to this chapter, because you need knowledge of previous chapter and some concepts to get this chapter. And if you don't have any face any problem in means getting the things, then that is not a big deal. Total liabilities minus long-term liabilities, total liabilities minus long-term liabilities minus shareholders fund is equals to, now you see I will do the subtraction. In a balance sheet, total assets is equals to total liabilities, so 6 lakh total liabilities less 80,000 means long-term liabilities less shareholders fund means 4 lakh rupees. We will now do the subtraction part to get the answer. 1,20,000. 1,20,000 is the answer that we are going to get after we do the subtraction. Therefore, required current ratio is equals to current assets divided by current liabilities equals to 1,40,000 divided by 1,20,000. 14 is to 12, 7 is to 6. 14 is to 12 is nothing but 7 is to 6. The sum is still not completed. There is an important thing left. We have to write a note in a balance sheet. In a balance sheet, total assets is equals to total liabilities. Now the sum is fully completed. The presentation is also very good, as well as the writing style. Handwriting is bad, so nothing, but you are going to get full marks. Something adjustment can be done. Handwriting, so good handwriting, having a good handwriting is a very much good thing, a blessing. Like, you get the first impression on the examiner is very good. He will be highly impressed by your handwriting, because there are still some examiners who do the checking on the basis of handwriting. They think good handwriting means good students, but that is not the thing. Like, you have to read the answers so that you can understand who is good and who is bad. Now, sum 6. Current assets of a company current assets of a company are 80,000. No, yeah, 80,000. Let me see properly. Yeah, 80,000. And current liabilities current liabilities 4 lakh. Current assets of a company are 80,000 and current liabilities of a same mistake. Current assets of a company are not 80,000 but 8 lakh. Like, always a company, like I have striked, yeah, how can it be 80,000? Liabilities are 4 lakh and current assets only 80,000. No, current assets is 8 lakh and current liabilities 4 lakh. Now, this is a bit tricky one. On 31/3/2020, the company paid rupees 2 lakh to sundry creditor and made cash purchase of goods of rupees 1 lakh rupees. Calculate new current ratio. Calculate new current ratio. This is the sum. You see, this is quite a different sum. As we have done earlier, we have got some 4 and 5 was of repetitive nature. Like, you have to use the concept like total assets are always equals to total liabilities, that concept. But this sum is totally a different one. Here you have to put a different concept in order to get the answer. So first of all, don't need to panic. That is the first thing. Don't panic. First of all, give the heading. Calculation of current ratio. Calculation of current ratio. Write the formula. Current ratio is equals to current assets divided by current liabilities. Current assets is equals to current ratio is equals to current assets divided by current liabilities. Now we will move on to the solution part. We will solve the sum to get the answer. Give a heading. After the transaction new current assets and new current liabilities, because there are some transaction made, so current liabilities, amount of current liabilities and amount of current assets are also going to change. Now new current assets and new current liabilities will be under. So now we will make a rupees column here, and now let me zoom it a bit if possible. Yeah. Current asset in the bracket, for your information so that you can understand, I have written the word given. Given amount was 8 lakh rupees. Now less decrease, you see there was a decrease in cash due to payment to creditors. Payment was made to creditors, so current asset in the form of cash has reduced, so less 2 lakh rupees. 6 lakh rupees is nothing but new current assets. New current assets is equals to 6 lakh rupees. Now again give a heading. Again we will calculate new current liabilities. So first of all we will do current liabilities. Given whatever is given in the question. 4 lakh rupees amount of current liabilities which is already given to us. Less, like you see, creditors have also decreased because payment was made to creditors. There is always a twofold effect. You see, twofold effect. Payment was made to creditors, cash in the form of current assets have decreased, and current liabilities in the form of creditors have also decreased. You see, both have decreased. That is the reasoning. You understand the reasoning. No need to memorize. Memorization will not work. Try to understand the knowledge. Try to understand the reasoning properly. So, less decrease in creditors. Amount was 2 lakh rupees. New current liabilities 2 lakh. Now you see, we have new current assets as well as new current liabilities, so we can easily calculate the current ratio. Now the most important thing, the question that must come to your mind. You comment me whether the question has came to your mind or not. On that basis I can give you personal attention, like where you have to work to get that thing on mind. Like you see, there was a line, and made cash purchase of goods worth rupees 1 lakh. There was a cash purchase made. Now you see, current asset in the form of cash is going to be decreased. Current asset cash, like no, it's not visible. No need, you just understand. Current asset in the form of cash has decreased, and current asset in the form of inventory has also increased. Now you see, current asset in the form of cash has decreased, means minus 1 lakh rupees. And again, current asset in the form of inventory has increased. So minus 1 lakh rupees plus 1 lakh rupees is nothing but 0. So it will not affect the current ratio in any form. So therefore, required new current ratio is equals to 6 lakhs divided by 2 lakhs. 3:1. 3:1. Now the question is, we have not used the 1 lakh rupees in the sum, so we have to give a clear note at the end of the sum. Note: purchase of goods for cash will not affect, this is the appropriate language, will not affect current assets and current liabilities either. The next sum that we are going to do will be of another category. Like, it will be a very big question. I try to cover, let me see the duration first. No, yeah, we have time, it can be covered. It will probably take 10 to 15 minutes. But we have, how can I do 2 sums only in 22 minutes? But you see, people say like, he has done only 2 sums in 22 minutes. But they have to also see that I have explained you so much and all concepts. So I am giving you, but if you get good quality, you need to take time. It takes time. But you get quality, you get the knowledge, appropriate knowledge, which is needed for solving the sum. Now, sum number 7. Presently a company, CO, I have written company, is having current ratio (5:3) with current assets I have to zoom out, otherwise it won't cover. Like, it's a very difficult task. I always have to do the sum as well as check my mobile phone that whether everything is being recorded or not, whether something is missed out. So I do a lot of hard work for you all. It's not an easy thing. It is either not easy to learn and either it is not easy to teach. So please respect my hard work and subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up. And please, I request you to genuinely comment me that what's the problem and whatever I have asked you to do. It's, the comment section is all yours. But if you feel a bit like you don't want to comment me, you don't want to publicize, you go and have the Instagram, you go and follow me there, and you can give me your problem. You can text me what is your problem or anything you want from me. So with current asset of rupees 10 lakh, the company has decided to make the ratio 2:1 by making payment of certain current liabilities. Advise, you have to advise the management, advise the company as to how much of current liabilities should be paid to attain the desired ratio. You have got old current ratio, old current assets, as well as new current ratio. So first of all, if you see, old current ratio is equals to, like I write, you will understand. Old current ratio is equals to old current asset. I am just writing the word old, you can write it, give it a bracket, divided by, so that you can understand. Old current liabilities, but we need current liabilities. So with the help of this we will find out current liabilities. 5:3 equals to amount of old current assets was rupees 1 lakh, not 1 lakh, 10 lakh, 1 lakh into 10 lakh, divided by current liabilities. So current liabilities is equals to 10 lakh divided by 5 into 3. The answer that you are going to get will be 6 lakh rupees. Let's turn the page. Now you have got old current liabilities. So certain part of, because you see current liabilities was paid off, that means certain number of current liabilities is reduced, as well as certain number of current assets are also reduced, because it always has a two-side effect. When liabilities are decreasing, it means directly that assets are also decreasing. So let current liabilities should be to be paid. No need to write to. Use the word should, because in the question the word should is used. Should be paid be X. We have assumed the amount to be X. Now zooming is important, because now I will do the calculation part. Now old current assets 10 lakh, old current liabilities 6 lakh, both have reduced by X, and if we do the reduction we are going to get a new current ratio, and the new current ratio is already given in the question, 2:1. 2:1 is nothing but 2/1. Now 10 lakh minus X is equals to 12 lakh minus twice X. X is 2 lakh. The sum is fully completed, but still we have to write Like if I say sum is fully completed, you will just stop the video and go move on. No, the sum is not fully completed. I was just checking you. So now you have to give a final statement. Therefore, to get the desired current ratio, rupees 2 lakh of current liabilities should be paid off. Now the sum is fully completed with good presentation as well as writing style. Handwriting is bad. So things apart, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. You have liked this video. I won't repeat the word enjoy, because this is not a video to enjoy. I am not singing or performing any comedy. I am just teaching you. I hope you all have learned something from this video, and if the video really helped you, please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and share the knowledge with your friends, because I have the knowledge, and if I don't share with you all today, you won't have been able to learn these things from me. So share your knowledge, share the video among all your friends, and even I request you to share this video to your teachers, so that your teachers, they are teaching, I can get something good opinion from that like what are the changes I should made, and what are the things to be improved. You can also comment when you share this video to your teachers also, so that they can also give me their opinion. Is very much important for me, and I hope you all have really liked this video, and I am really thankful to you all for watching this video.